Hey there, students. So this quick video is going to show you how to condition your gray modeling clay called plastilina. This is an oil-based clay, and so you do not want to put it in the oven, or it will become a messy mess. When you take it out of the package, I don't have I don't have a brand new package, so I can't show you that part of it. But when you take it out of the package, it can be just a hard lump of gunk. And as you manipulate it, it will become softer. And this is how you make that happen, so that it'll get to a place where you can manipulate it. For anybody who has sensitivity in their hands, their wrists, you want to be careful with these modeling clays and really let tools and techniques allow you to do what you want to do without hurting yourself, okay? So you see how I'm using my thumbs a lot to manipulate the clay right now and warm it up in my hands. You want to avoid doing that. You want to really use the table and even stand up and press things down. But this is really quite soft and conditioned. So let's take our big block of clay. So the first thing I do is I try to take a section off, and I twist it so that I can take just a little section off, and that can be quite helpful. And then the next thing I do is I take some kind of hard object. It can be a rolling pin or a hammer, or I have this wrench right here. I wanted to have something very random. And you just kind of knock the clay just a little bit and turn it over. And just bang on it. Just let the hammer or the wrench, whatever hard object you have, just kind of beat it just a little bit. Not super hard. This just softens up the particles, okay? Gets them ready to work. So you can beat it a little bit like that, and you can also roll it around on the table. And that helps warm it, and it also is very easy on your hands. I do a lot of twisting and tearing it apart, because part of what you're doing is just warming up the particles and getting them to react, and part of what you're doing is, part of it is warming, and part of it is kind of messing around with the actual molecules that make the clay, from what I understand. So I tear it apart so I can have smaller pieces. This is very different than a water-based clay that you might have used previously that you would fire in a kiln. There's no wedging that needs to happen. There's no kneading of bread dough type of things. You don't really need to worry about air bubbles too much. But as you work with the clay, it will become much softer. And you can see how it is now a little easier to work with. And that's just from, coming from a block of gunk to beating it, rolling it, tearing it apart, and just kneading it around. Sometimes it is super duper hard and you just can't quite imagine how it will become something you can work with. And in that case, just do something like do this thing. The beating of it really gets it movable. Tearing it down, warming it up, all those things. Okay, so that's that.